Snowbird Ski Resort is famous for steep and deep, rugged terrain, beautiful views, and fluffy Utah powder. Over half of the expansive 2,500 acres are beginner and intermediate runs, including high alpine open bowls. Meanwhile, advanced chutes, cliffs, and glades provide a worthy challenge to even seasoned riders. The aerial tram takes riders high above the Wasatch Mountains, and 360-degree views at the top are magical on Bluebird days. Typically, Snowbird is a powder playground, and although we visited during a dry spell, we were still hoping to find the goods.
Snowbird Ski Resort in Utah is a 45-minute drive from Salt Lake City Airport, 6 miles up Little Cottonwood Canyon. On a weekend powder day, expect to be stuck in traffic for 3 hours, so leave early and check UDOT for road status and conditions.
Jeff and Jennifer here at the top of Mount Baldy, Snowbird, Utah. Beautiful Bluebird day. You can see the summit where the tram goes in the background. Yeah, terrain for every level of rider, but it is going to challenge you.
Snowbird terrain is separated into Peruvian Gulch, Gad Valley, and on the backside, Mineral Basin. Peruvian Gulch has a lift up the valley to the easier terrain and side stash traverses. Ride the tram to the very top with access to the Cirque Traverse, chutes, or boot pack Mount Baldy. Gad Valley has beginner terrain and mid-mountain access for intermediates and the best steep glades in the resort. Connect further up for open terrain along the road to Provo and Gad chutes. On the backside is Mineral Basin with a mix of intermediate and advanced terrain, with Baldy lift on one side and mineral to return to the top.
The base area has 4 paid parking lots near the lifts. The tram complex has ticket windows, bathrooms, several restaurants, gift shops, and a convenience store with the only liquor in Little Cottonwood. Grab a breakfast burrito from General Grits to eat while waiting in the lift line. Peruvian Lift takes riders up the Peruvian Gulch section of the resort. The middle of the gulch has groomer cruiser runs and easier terrain top to bottom back to the base. Riders can traverse across the lower half of Mount Baldy to catch some of the side terrain. The runs filter down into glades, natural gullies, and advanced steeps. To get to the expert sections of Peruvian, you'll have to take the aerial tram to the top.
The red and blue tram cars are the iconic features of Snowbird, and the cabins have been replaced since we visited. There's a long queue to get on, but each cabin holds 100 people. The ride up takes 8 minutes and offers views of the Peruvian Gulch, the Cirque Ridge chutes, and Mount Baldy for spotting your next line. At the top is an observation deck with views down to Salt Lake City and all areas of the resort. Inside is the Summit restaurant with several food options and open seating. Upstairs is more seating and another observation deck.
From the top, traverse back around to Peruvian with access to several steeps under the tram, such as Silver Fox and Great Scott. The wind over the ridge can deposit extra snow along this area, and riding under the tram makes it special. Further along the ridge is the Cirque Traverse. There can be sharp rocks in the wind-blown coverage, but you'll find steep, gnarly chutes.
On the other side of Peruvian, traverse the boot pack of Mount Baldy. It's a long, meandering hike, but you can find fresh snow when the rest of the resort is tracked out. There is still some traversing to find a decent line, then halfway down you'll hit the lower traverse. So go as far across Baldy at the top as you can to make the effort worth it.
The other area on the front side of the mountain is Gad Valley. Near the base are the easy beginner learning areas off Wilbur, Mid-Gad, and Baby Thunder lifts. The high-speed Gad Zoom takes riders halfway up the valley to intermediate cruiser runs that weave past Mid-Gad restaurant back to the base.
Connect to Gad 2 lift to reach the best glades on the mountain. The glades have steep sections such as Tiger Tail and can be awesome in deep snow. Snowbird can be busy with fresh powder on main runs tracked out by 10 a.m., but the Gad glades hold powder longer into the day. Further up Gad Valley is the Little Cloud lift to the very top. This gets into wide open terrain that is also accessed from the tram. Take the road to Provo Traverse to access the Rasta chutes and hike 2 bowls. These wide open areas give riders room to explore over rocky steeps. There are some flat sections mid-valley, so keep up speed. On the other side of the valley are several steeps from the Cirque Traverse that filter back to the base of Gad.
The last and we think best area of Snowbird is Mineral Basin, a high alpine south-facing bowl on the back side of the resort. You can access this area from the top of Little Cloud from Gad, the tram, or through the tunnel from Peruvian Gulch. The tunnel has a moving carpet that guides you through a mini museum of mining in the area during the 4-minute ride. The tunnel drops you off on Lupine Loop, the easier trail through the basin. Baldy Lift takes riders up the back side of Mount Baldy. At the top, you can access Alta Ski Resort, but only if you're a skier. The back of Baldy is easy groomers and intermediate turns back down the basin.
The open terrain in the basin can be hard to navigate in whiteout conditions without trees or reference points. Dropping straight down the basin from the top is a thrilling adventure through wind-deposited freshies and cliffy chutes. The south-facing slopes here can also soften significantly in the warm sun. To reach the far side of the basin, traverse Path to Paradise all the way around. Some of the traverses at Snowbird, such as bookends, are flat and not worth it as a snowboarder. Mineral Basin Lift is the only way back to the front side and can be very, very crowded. Mineral Basin, apart from the long lift lines, is the best open bowl riding at the resort.
The best place to operate is soaking in the rooftop pool or hot tub at Snowbird's Cliff Lodge. Splurge for a room here to avoid the canyon commute. The rooms are spacious and the hotel includes a few restaurants, a game room, and ski-in, ski-out freshies.
Jeff and Jennifer with Snowboard Traveler, thank you for riding with us today, and we'll see you at the next mountain.
It's my I made it over the Traverse Ridge dance.